And again, we can't send a message to the whole world that you can circumvent our laws by simply having a U.S. citizen child when you know you're here illegally.
The man whom President-elect Donald Trump appointed as his border czar for the next administration, Tom Homan, stated late Wednesday that he will require congressional money to carry out his promises to deport huge numbers of undocumented immigrants. He stated in an interview with a U.S. journalist, Kaitlan Collins, on CNN that in order to implement Trump's plans for mass deportations, he will require more immigration and customs enforcement officers.
Look, the bottom line is the more I got, the more I can do. So it's just over 6,000 ERO officers. Well, let's remember you got over 8,000 HSI officers who are also ICE officers who also have Title VIII authority, immigration authority. I know the current number of beds available. I know how many agents are there right now, but I'm looking, we need many more detention beds than what are currently available. We need at least 100,000 beds, and because of beds we're turning over within 30 days.
He also stated that he is uncertain of the amount of new cash that Trump's administration will look to the GOP-controlled House and Senate for. Homan added that he will request assistance from the military in moving migrants. The new administration won't be making arrests, but they can be a force multiplier in execution tasks that don't call for a badge and a gun, according to Trump's U.S. border controller pick. Homan, a seasoned immigration law enforcement veteran who worked under Obama and as acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement during Trump's first administration, was named the border czar in his upcoming White House by the president-elect last month. Homan, also a former immigration official, will serve Americans as in charge of nation's borders, the border czar, including but not limited to the northern border, the southern border, and all maritime and aviation security, as per Trump's post on Truth Social. Homan stated that he is still working on the Trump's ruling strategy to fulfill the deportation pledges made by the president-elect. He further declared that on the day of the inauguration, January 20, 2025, they'll be prepared to launch. According to Homan, deporting criminals, gang members, and fugitives would be a top priority for the Trump administration. How many undocumented immigrants he wants deported by the conclusion of Trump's next 4 years in power is something he would not say. Homan also said that he's having no count, but as many people as possible who are in the United States illegally should be arrested. You're not off the table if you're here in America illegally. Entering this nation of Americans illegally is a felony and an ultimate violation of the U.S. law.
And look, we got millions of people here illegally. I've said that if you're here illegally, you're not off the table. I mean, it's a violation of law. It's a crime to enter this country illegally. That's the decision of the parents. And again, we can't send a message to the whole world that you can circumvent our laws by simply having a U.S. citizen child when you know you're here illegally. They made that decision. They put their families in that position, not us. We're going to enforce the laws enacted by Congress and signed by a president. If people don't like the laws, they can certainly have the laws changed by Congress. But we're going to do what the American people want us to do, enforce the laws enacted by Congress and what Congress funds us to do.